Hey guys, I'm here with this $100 Mutant Football League tournament. Not entirely sure if I'm actually going to upload this or not because who knows, I might have to get serious and stop recording and all that. All I know is I am kind of nervous because I know nothing about the opponents. I know nothing about, you know, how the ping's going to be.
Well played, Junior. Moving on.
Okay. We got that right there. Originally, I wanted to stream, but the stuff was crashing.
And it's 1st and 10. The quarterback changes the play.
He's so indecisive.
Football is a team
Yep.
sport, and that's why
I had a feeling that might happen.
Unless it's that kind. Oh,
Good thing he didn't die.
Second and 3. And now the quarterback calls an audible.
Wow, looks like he has...
Darn it!
With the receiver and
He
deflected the ball.
blitzed. I got an idea though. Hopefully he doesn't, you know,
3rd down and 3.
hike it quickly.
That guy's so fast.
Darn it, he's moving so slow.
And he finds open spaces running toward the end zone.
Turn on your jet, you son of a bitch.
Yes, touchdown. Good, he didn't bribe the ref or anything. Okay. Ooh, boy.
Don't make any mistakes here, or they'll kick the shit out of you in the locker room. It goes right through.
Way to go. Doing good so far. Sorry, I'm gonna be drinking water during this, so I apologize if you hear my gulping
When
sound.
you give up points, you need to get them back. Here comes the kickoff. Let's see if they can make them pay.
Darn it, wasn't far enough.
And it's 1st and 10.
Okay. Let's think this through. What could be the plan here?
He might have managed to dig
Okay,
out a
just
yard
kind
on
of
that
dived.
Not my yard. Got too much buried in, you know, the usual money, bodies, coffee cans filled with, well, mostly coffee. Tastes better, like Eskimos burying salmon heads. Kimchi. Fermented anything really tastes good.
Okay, good. Might just use this play right here for now.
The punter is warming up. And the quarterback unleashes a sonic blast against the defense, knocking everyone down but his receiver.
They knocked them right on their asses.
Okay.
They are going for it, and the defense is licking their mutant lips. Epic fail by the offense. The defense gets the ball back. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Okay, so it was a bribe.
Come up here and penalize us too.
Hey, don't give these reps
But it's okay, I'll just use the bribe back then.
On it.
I don't understand. Why are they going for it, Grim? This seems like the situation where they should always...
Oh, and they just deflated the quarterback ball. Oh,
Kill this quarterback.
see that coming.
And throw up Gronkowski. Hex, yeah. Okay, I could just use Murder Ball right now and get it done quick.
If he calls an audible, is it a dirty trick? We'll find out. That ball just sliced through the defense like butter.
I wish defense...
He could go all the way.
Yes, touchdown.
I'm
Way to
just
go.
about stoned enough right now to go down there and join them. Looks like a good time.
Now, there are some who would argue that we should just skip this step and make touchdowns worth 7.
What?
The kick is good.
As expected, those are pretty much just gimmies.
When you get knocked down, you got to get right back up and fight.
What about when you get knocked up? What do you do then?
Run.
Comments after last last week's game were blowing up on Shitter. Critics said he should shut up or blow
Darn it.
up. You know, two birds with one stone there.
Too bad. But I know he's trying to. He's probably trying to win by forfeit.
Yeah, what exactly is a burn returner, Grim?
Now, players who catch kickoffs and punts and run them back through the teeth of the defense.
Yeah, he's using the shotgun.
Survivability rate of any player in the league.
The next man up just sat back down on the bench.
Probably gonna use another dirty trick.
Second down and a very lot. And he just slipped a brutal head-on collision.
Incomplete pass from the collision.
Someone could be taking a long nap after that hit.
Okay.
Third down and, well, good luck. I'm not sure who he was throwing to on that play. That's the end of quarter one.
Yes, end of quarter one, and we got something right here. How do I take a look at Discord? I'm getting some stuff in Discord. Okay. Nothing to deal with right there.
Ballsy.
Yeah, he's going for it again.
I guess we'll decide after we see how this goes. But probably stupid. Well, that was a good throw.
Yeah, if he was aiming for the ground.
And it's 1st and 10. And he's off to the races. Look at that
Touchdown.
little mutant run.
I don't think you can do that, Grim.
I like this. They're going for 2. And he makes the grab and adds 2 points to their score.
I hope they don't find me again. It's not really gambling, but I know I'm going to score every time I touch the ball.
The home crowd isn't impressed with that showing, but their team has a chance to respond. This guy's got to get some better distance on his kicks. And it's 1st and 10. Maybe the QB should throw
He
and
dropped
catch
it.
Too. Second down and 10. It's a glitterception.
Pick.
Grim?
A fabulous interception. That, my friends, was an all-pro NFL hit.
The guy forfeited. The last match. Things were kind of different.
But the heads are real, and they got real holes in them.
Darwin Hurd Stadium fans.
Sorry, I had to do something, but yeah, this is like round 3 of the tournament,
Suffering, humiliation,
and I know this guy because I've played against him on PC a few times. He's like one of the only few people I played against on PC that weren't like people I played against in tournaments. So I kind of he might actually be a threat compared to the other opponent I had in the first round. The second round guy didn't even show up. Apparently, he was already signed up in the PC tournament, so he played in the PC tournament and got eliminated. Yeah, he's using the same disconnect.
For not taking enough steroids or mutant growth hormones. Brickhead Mulligan.
Hey, there was a...
So yeah, there's a bit of a long story about what happened. Actually, after that disconnect for the game, there was actually another issue where we started another game, and when we did start the other game, I did this one thing so then I could, you know, bypass some crashes that were happening before. Yeah, a lot of crashes and disconnects were happening during this tournament, well, during the finals, right here. Actually, the last game I was trying to record, we went up to the first half, and right when the first half ended, the game crashed, so we had to start all over again. I talked to the tournament admins. They said that basically, in the situation of a crash, Basically we just use the score from the first half, and we play another half, but only one half of another game, and then we add up the scores of the previous half and this half of this game. Yeah, once both the halves are done, you just add up the scores of the half of the previous game and the half of this game, and that would basically be the final score of game 1, and then we would go off to game 2. Right there, I threw the ball out of bounds because I felt like he was using a dirty trick on that play, I believe. Or either I just didn't have an open receiver. Let's see. Did a quick throw to the running back, but that didn't go well either. So right here at this point, select a dirty trick. I use warp speed, and I remember this specifically because I think right here I failed horribly. Yeah, because I think for some reason every time when I'm not hosting, warp speed is complete trash. It's like if you're hosting, warp speed is good. If you're not hosting, then warp speed just seems pretty bad because it just seems like it takes forever for the ball to hand off and for the running back to get the ball. I mean, well, to get to the top speed. So from then on out, I kind of just ended up not using warp speed. Even though that was going to be Mason Hole, but good thing Murder Ball is still useful, regardless of the server issues. So that was kind of the thing I ended up going with. I might be walking around as I talk. I do that a lot. Okay, I audibled into Dead Coast formation play. What's the name of that play? I run that play so many times where I don't even remember what play that is exactly. But yeah, right here I'm kind of running the ball. But I see him in a dirty trick formation, so I audible into a different play that might be a bit more safer, just to be safe. Though usually I wouldn't do something like that. Which one of the plays I use? Okay, I use sideline outs, and then I audible to have the wide receiver be the main target. That play is actually pretty useful to have because it's easy for the receiver to get separation on the play, and basically you can kind of move your character to kind of just basically juke the running back in a way. It's kind of hard to describe it. It's very hard to describe it. Yeah, at some points against Dr. Loomis, whose PSN is Leaves Do Fall, as you'll see right there. I kind of did a lot more running compared to a lot of other matches I've played, whether it be in random play or in this tournament. And that was mainly just because, you know, his defense was actually pretty good, so I couldn't entirely rely on passing without fear of actually throwing a pick. So it's a good thing I have a running strategy since I used the Hellboys. I used to use the Hellboys a lot, which was a running team. So, and because of that experience doing that, I was able to kind of like switch up from passing focus to running focus, which does a good job of managing time of possession, running the clock down, and also having long drives that resort into touchdowns. Looks like I'm using Dead Coast double cross right there. Yeah, right here he kind of starts figuring out what I'm doing, like how I'm just dinking and dunking into the running back on that play. Because double cross, it's pretty much useless because the receivers don't get separation. Sometimes you're just going to end up throwing into a lot of coverage. Yeah, I killed the ref just in case if the ref was bribed. Sometimes I do that to be safe because it's very frustrating if you score a touchdown only for it to be called back because the bribed ref did a BS penalty. Am I trying warp speed here? Am I actually trying it? I try it and failed yet again. Yep. It was not going well for me with that warp speed after I lost the host. I don't know why. It's just like, when you're not hosting, it's just weird. Though in the first round, I was able to use it pretty well. Maybe the guy just wasn't all that good that I was playing against because it was kind of blowout. It was 22-0, and the guy kind of ended up quitting after that. I'm guessing he was kind of new to the game and just wanted to get into the tournament because it's like, hey, only a few people are in, $100. If only more people were like that, because I'm kind of worried that, like, you know, if in the future, like, if only a few amount of people show up for the PS4 and PC tournaments, that they might not exactly have prize money for them or not really do them very much. I think that's one thing some people worry about that are on PS4 or PC. Oh yeah, and there was another disconnect due to some issues. Okay, now we're back. We're about to join the room. A disconnect happened. I think it was on his end that time. Other times it was just me just crashing. Because for some reason there was like some weird issues when I tried recording gameplay and gameplay audio and stuff like that for this game using the PS4 share. It was just very weird how it was like there was just crashes that were happening. I eventually ended up just like removing the mic from my controller. So basically, you know, all I ended up doing was recording gameplay instead of actually like, you know, me talking over the gameplay as well, you know. So right now you're just listening to me doing this in post because of, well, odds are I didn't want to risk there being more crashes than the guy just, you know, potentially wanting to just like, you know, claim victory, or either it's like, you know, other issues happen where it's like, you know, I just didn't want to risk ended up having to lose on it on like a technicality due to tech issues. So yeah, after that crash, I was actually talking to the tournament admin about the other crash happening and stuff like that. I wonder what was the score at that point. You know, never mind about that. Basically, what happened with that disconnect, we kind of just ended up just like, okay, we're gonna have to do the second half all over again after, you know, the disconnect happened after the first quarter. So we kind of just went through this half all over again. For like the billionth time we have to, we can't finish a half. I mean, except for that one that kind of did finish a half, but we wanted to finish the whole game and the crash happened. Yeah, right there, he kind of wanted to use a berserk dirty trick right away. He really wanted to get a dirty trick in, like, immediately. Good job running, win time of possession. Try not to get killed so much. You know, Kareem Blunt's pretty good in this game. Even if he's not a skeleton, so he doesn't regenerate, it's fine because, you know, I can just get in a backup running back to do some running. If he does end up dying and stuff. Or ends up, you know, his health is too low to actually play on the field. Yeah, I was basically just pounding it, and right there, Kareem Blunt is dead. I think that's his name. But we did get the 15-yard penalty, though, which I'm like, heck yeah, way to go. That's the reason why sometimes I'm cautious on third down to actually, you know, try to kill someone on a late hit. It's because, you know, I don't want to risk the potential of a penalty like that. And right there, I kind of used sideline out, so this time I didn't, like, audible it for it to go to Sammy Watkins. I had it just to have it go right to my bruise receiver, or whichever receiver that was. I think it was just our wide receiver number 1. Yeah, I bribed the ref right here just in case if he did a bribe. I also managed to get the catch. One thing I kind of do when it comes to like passes sometimes in coverage, I press X button, which is, you know, the bottom button, gamepad button on the PS4. I use the X button to kind of just do the spin move that knocks down opponents. So I do that right before the ball comes to me, so then I have no one covering me, and then my player can easily catch the ball. That's kind of a good way to kind of deal with situations where you're in double coverage, because there are a lot of times where you're going to have to deal with that in this game on certain passes. Yeah, he really snuffed out the run out that time. I was too scared to use warp speed, though, because I'm just like, this is going to go horribly wrong if I try warp speed. The thing was, at this point was when I was just like, no, I'm not going to use warp speed. But I did use murder ball, though. Now I was worried that sooner or later he'd probably figure out how to get by it. Yep, and it did seem like Didn't seem like there was a bribe.
Well, little chip shot here, extra point, but this guy could blow it. It's good. When you give up points, you need to get them back. Here comes the kickoff. Let's see if they can make them pay.
That was a nice kick. Usually when I kick, I try to aim for hazards or kick it in a way where it's like very hard for them to get a good return on. Kickers don't really get a lot of distance, which is why it's kind of good to aim for hazards and stuff.
And it's 1st and 10.
I think I tried audibling into Dirty Trick because I knew he was using Dirty Trick right there because of the formation. Basically in this game, Dirty Tricks, they are always in the same formation, you know, every Dirty Trick's in the same formation on offense and defense. Which is something I kept kind of a secret for a while, hoping that people would just figure out on their own, because it's just like, yeah, sometimes I'm just like, you know, that would create more competition, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it's kind of a good thing to know that information and get that out there to understand my process behind that, so then people don't think like, oh yeah, I have some sort of cheat that lets me know what plays they're doing. No, it's just like the formation gives it away. That's the reason why sometimes I audible into a Dirty Trick instead of, you know, select Dirty Trick and line up in that formation, because then it's kind of just giving it away if they do know that formation. It's also the reason why sometimes I do run plays within that formation as well. You know, plays that aren't Dirty Tricks, like I might do the Dirty Trick plays, well, plays that are in the Dirty Trick formation, but aren't Dirty Tricks, like Tight Man, for example, just because it's really good for coverage stuff. That's basically my main reason for it. It's just really good for coverage stuff.
Pull that about a 6-yard gain.
Hey, do me a favor. If my parole officer calls, I was with you last night, Bricks.
No problem. I spent the night locked up for solicitation.
Okay, 3rd and 5. Which play did I use? Because it's been a day since I looked at this. Yep, I used the sticky ball because I have a habit of doing that on 3rd down situations, but I'm not entirely sure if I did do that. Yeah, the Carcass City Creeps, they just have really good Dirty Tricks to use in certain situations. Got a good playbook on both sides of the ball. Kind of have everything I need exactly to do what I want to do. Yeah, usually on passes, I just take down the receiver, because the odds of you getting called for pass interference are like, it's like if there's a 1% chance of getting called for pass interference in this game. I mean, there's even a point where I thought they patched that out, actually, because of how rare it was. I don't even think I even got called for pass interference before. Ever since I played on PS4, I never got called pass interference online, but I did in Dynasty mode before. Okay, now we're in the 2nd quarter. After this quarter, it's going to be the end of the game. Then we go off to game 2. I'm so sorry. I was drinking water while recording. Hopefully that doesn't seem bad. I'll try editing it out if it sounds very, very uncomfortable. Because I had to do that one time when I was recording video on PC and I was drinking water. It just had the most awful gulp. The best thing about recording in Audacity is that you can just edit out audio or mute audio and stuff like that, so any points of like just background noise or any points of just weird sounds I make sometimes, I can just mute that out. But here not so much, because I'm actually editing in Share Factory on PS4. Yeah, this is where I started out. I don't exactly have fancy equipment or powerful enough computer to really run video editing software that most big YouTubers use. But I make do. I make do. Yeah, right there I used Time Warp right there to get the ball back after that mistake.
Actually, I think he's talking about the Time Warp dirty trick that the defense just played.
Time Warp is pretty good. I used to actually think that Time Warp, man, I regret making that decision. Like I didn't even notice my running back was still on the field with such low health. That's a problem right there. It's like, darn it, I really wanted to try it, but it ended up being a fail. Yep, just ended up being an ultimate fail. Right there I decided to just go and punt the ball and basically make sure he doesn't score. Because heck, all I have to do is just, you know, if the clock runs out before he can score, then that's the end of game 1, and then we can go off to game 2. And I just got lucky with that punt that didn't exactly technically hit the end zone for it to be a touchback. So now he's on the 4-yard line with a minute left in the second quarter. Tight man formation, just be prepared for anything. Right here he decides to kind of just run the ball, but it doesn't really go very well. Gonna resist the urge not to grab water because, boy, for some reason talking when recording a video, it just kind of tires me out sometimes. But talking in person doesn't really do that much, though sometimes I usually don't do a lot of talking. I just do a lot of listening, and yep. Okay, 3rd and 5. Let's see what I decided to come up with. Is it tight man? Oh wait, I was running the clock down. Yeah, I was just running the clock down. I was taking forever to do the play, so then the clock would run down. He tried to figure out what I was doing at the very last second, but he was too late. He was too late. So that's the end of that game, and we were able to just quit out and leave.
Rotting. Go ahead and keep those shirts on and just write the commish for your free beads.
So yeah, here's game 2. Because of the rules of the tournament, the loser has to switch teams once they lose a game. So he had to switch to a different team while I get to use the same team I had. So I ended up using the New Orleans Zombies for this second game. And basically the way this tournament works, there are 2 games. It's a best of 2. If one person wins 2 games to 0, then that person moves on. If it's tied 1-1, then they add up the 2 scores from both games, and whoever scored the most points in both those games, out of both those games combined, they were the winner. Yeah, I audible into Dead Coast right there just to be safe. That's kind of my go-to, and yeah, because I knew he had a dirty trick, but I didn't know which one it was. Either way, I was done for. But usually I use Dead Coast as a way to get out of stuff like that. Just to get away from my player getting killed. Oh yeah, this play I love because of the fact that in some cases that burnt bruise receiver will just knock out, will just knock down a defender that's supposed to be covering him, which will result in him being like wide open for a play. This time I used the run play, yep. Now I audible into that play, and I audible into another play. I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do here. Aw, sticky ball dirty trick. And one of my receivers died from, I guess, running into a trap because they can jump over hazards and stuff like that, but not the ones that are oh yeah, I did the ref attack because I assumed that on that play he bribed the ref, so I just decided to quickly audible into ref attack. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick drink of water. Hopefully I can edit this out because Share Factory is so restrictive. Yeah, murder ball again. Yeah, about it being restricted. It's just like the reason why I don't like doing post commentary for stuff for in Share Factory is just because like last time I did that with Share Factory, they limit you to only like a few recordings. So basically, it's like I can't just record audio, stop, and then to have another recording audio clip and then stop. I kind of have to do it all in like a few takes basically. So it's like, you know, there are moments where it's just like complete silence, but it's actually still recording audio or something like that, or I just have to talk through the whole thing and hope that I don't completely mess something up. So basically it's like I'm live streaming, but I'm not really. That one was very risky, but it worked out pretty well in my favor. Like every time I'm in that situation, I'm just tapping X, hoping that maybe I just knock someone out the way and get myself a bit more open for the pass.
Okay, nice and easy like a 2-foot putt.
You miss 2-foot putts all the time, Grim.
I could have thrown to the running back, but the thing is, it's like he knows that I throw to the running back on that play. Like 9 times out of 10, so it's like I kind of had to do something different.
See how they do.
Yeah, I was actually pleased with some of the kicking I did in this final. That one, and it came close. It came close to reaching the hazard.
Crushed.
Yeah, so sorry. Darn it. I hope you don't hear any weird gulping sounds. Right here, I'm just trying not to give up the deep ball. And good thing that I managed to, you know, just get the interception. You know, some people that play this game, they like to try and jump up and deflect the pass. But the thing is, jumping's not very... It can be pretty inconsistent when it comes to playing defense. So I just use the X button to do that spinning hard tackle hits thing to, you know, just take out,
First down.
the receiver, and sometimes in some cases I end up spinning into the ball for a pick. And right there I did that on the pass. You know, I switched the receiver and did that to make sure I can get the ball and, you know, it doesn't get into the hands of a defender. Right there it kind of just went right into the defender's catching radius for a pick, but it's a good thing I had the bribe going. But yeah, that's the only issue on those out routes, is that if the defender gets in between you and the ball at some point, it's gonna be an easy pick.
The defense had enough with this rep and jumps off sides to kill him.
Yeah, he just killed me. I'm guessing he didn't want to use his bribe, or he doesn't know that bribing can nullify your opponent's bribe. Right here, I'm not even gonna try warp speed, especially since this really makes sense in this situation, where I can just do normal running plays. Right there, I'm just like, oh yes, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win $100. I can't believe it. I just hope, and I'm just like hoping that I actually do win this, because it's like I never really won a tournament before. I mean, unless there's like one random local tournament I played in as a kid that had like no money involved at some point that I just completely forgot about. But yeah, I don't win tournaments. I played a lot of Rocket League and tried playing competitively and stuff, and like tournament stuff. I've had no success. Oh yes, that's the kick I was talking about. Yeah, it just rolled right towards into the trap, and then his guy rolled right into the trap. Right here, I was kind of like, I don't want to. I'm just like, maybe I shouldn't try to get the touchdown there. It just didn't feel right, even though it was a pretty good kick. Part of it was a bit of luck, I guess, though. Touchdown right there. I think around this point he decides to concede, because at this point it's pretty obvious that I kind of am dominating. And well, I'm just like, oh my gosh, can't believe I won $100, and I'm just like, is this really real and stuff like that. I know it's $100, but still, it's like, and the PS4 tournament didn't have a lot of people, so I was actually afraid that the tournament was going to get canceled, you know, because of small player numbers. Because it's kind of like just saying like, would they really give $100 for this small tournament that only a few people showed up? That's kind of the thing. So I'm kind of glad that, you know, yeah, the tournament still did go on. I still got to play in some games. It wasn't like, oh yeah, no one showed up and all, and I just won $100 by forfeit. Right there, I just immediately took out the receiver before the ball could get to him, and that's mainly just because of the fact that, you know, the way Sonic Blast works. If he catches the ball, it's like boom, and then I'm done for. I think after this drive, he might forfeit right here, because at this point, I'm just taking out his receiver. I'm just switching to the cornerback and just taking out his receiver before he gets any chance of getting to the ball. If he switched the receiver and took me out before I took him out, then he probably could have gotten to the ball and caught it. But yeah, there's surprisingly for this simple, fun, arcadey football game. There's actually a lot of depth to it, whether it was intentional or not. There's actually a lot of depth to it and strategy going on that makes up for the lack of variety in plays. Because yeah, in this game, basically to succeed, you don't really need a billion plays to win, but it's like, you know, what you're doing on the field, the execution of the plays is what really matters. Yeah, he scores his touchdown right here, but I think I ended up using time warp. I mean, I could have given him a sense of hope, and I was thinking about that, but at the same time, it's like, I want to make sure I close this game out. Because the thing is, I know some people that are just like, no mercy, because they don't know how to show mercy, because it's just like, you know, they just go at it, you know, play to the very end, scores 80-0, while me, it's like, I don't want to crush people's hopes at this game, exactly. Which is kind of weird, because with Rocket League, it's just like, heck, man, if two of their teammates leaves due to disconnect, I'm just like, run up the score, because I know I could potentially choke it. I guess I have a lot more confidence in this game than I ever did in Rocket League. But yeah, that was pretty much the end of the tournament. I hit him up, he's just like, nah, I'm good, you know, you clearly won. So yeah, that was the end of the tournament, you know. Score 21-0, 21-0. That was pretty much it. I want to thank you guys all for watching the video and stuff. If you guys are interested in more content, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Not entirely sure how my schedule is going to be, but I hope I can put something out like once a week or every other week, you know, stuff like that. The term experience was really great. I hope that we get more tournaments and more stuff to experience in Mutant Football League, because that'd be kind of cool. Plus, I like winning money, and plus it's just kind of fun competing. It gives players something to do, because sometimes it's very hard to find online matches and stuff. But yeah, that's enough rambling. Thanks to Esports Labs for the tournament. Thanks for Digital Dreams Entertainment for making the game, and you know, I'm guessing providing the prize money. But yeah, just thanks for everyone involved that decided to set up this tournament and make this into a thing. The video seems pretty long. Oh boy, yeah. I'm done rambling. I'll see you guys next time.